Guys, I am really sorry. That time wasn't my fault. I didn't do a stream yesterday, and I don't know what that did to my computer, but I tried to get on and it was doing some kind of an update. So I am so sorry. I normally am late, but I'm not normally, I'm not normally that late. I feel like I'm usually like 3 to 4 minutes, but that took longer. Squirrel Girl is sick. That's a bummer. I am so sorry to hear that. Good evening, everybody. Hey, Noreen, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Wendy Brewer. Mods, thank you for being here. Guys, thank you for waiting. Again, I am really sorry. Hey, Liz Tricks. Angie Moe. Puka Vista is here. Let's see, Marissa Martin. Hey, babe. Hey, Tiffinisms. Diana H. Rain Virus made it. Donna Cooper is here. Meredith Lynn, thank you again. That was wild. Wait till I share that with everybody, Meredith Lynn. Hey, Charcoal Ninja, DS Kitty Diane. Pat Jonas, that was a really depressing comment that you said, your husband said, not anything your fault or his fault. She left a comment on that picture of me when I was 4. And I guess her husband is a police officer. And he said, you look terrified as a child. That was sad. And he didn't know my background. She said, hey, Pepperoni Nips, that was depressing. Hey, Vicky C. But an interesting observation. Hey, Happy Thoughts. Happy Thoughts, that is a really nice thing to say. And I'm just really glad to see you again. I rarely see you. So thank you for being here. Thanks, Rain. Hey, Buffy. HC from LBC, Marie Marion. Hey, Jessamine. Hey, Kim is Blue. Guys, thanks. I got this sweater. Aw, hey, Poop Head. Really cute. Really, really cute, actually. Like, feeling flirty about it. Love you, Poo Poo. Hey, I got this sweater a couple months ago and I just took the tags off. I am freezing. I didn't try it. So I tried it on when I got home. I got a medium. I got it at TJ Maxx. And my tattoo was so fresh that I had to be really careful. I didn't want to get ink on it. And I was like, oh, it's a little snug. And I took it back and exchanged it for a large without trying it on. And it's like really too big. And I'm kind of sad about it because the medium fit me better in the sleeve. Like it had a little bit more of the puff sleeve. I just was attracted to the color and that embroidery, but I'm going to donate it because I don't like the way it fits. It's like slumpy looking on me. Kind of mad about it. Hey, Just Joan. Hey, baby lily pad. Kim Hallman. Amy Edge is here. Armine, love you, girl. Hey, Renee B. Nicole Hazelmiller, Margie Barr, DNV, Kim Leaf. Everybody's saying hi to Tommy. That's so nice, guys. Hey, Catherine B. Hey, whine a little bit more. What color hair dye, Catherine B? Are you changing your hair color? Hey, Grandma Sunshine Dragon. Well, thank you for being on the replay crew, Happy Thoughts, and thank you to everybody who does that. Hey, Jamie Palmer. Tommy calls me Pooter now because I fart all the time in front of him. When we talk on FaceTime, like that's a huge deal for me because I've never farted really. Fred couldn't hear, so that didn't count. Like I would rip it in front of him and he never heard anything, which was amazing. Also, he had a very bad sense of smell, so I could also blow up a bathroom. Michael, I farted in front of, but I was like in my early 20s. Jeff, never. It was an accident if I did, and it was awful. I'm never comfortable. And so now he calls me Pooter because I fart a lot in front of him. Like I'll make an attempt to do it. Like I'll be talking to him and I'm like, yeah, I know. And then I'm like, I think it could happen. I'm like, and I'll like sit there and try. And he's like, I know that's really awful. And most people who hate me are going to hate me more saying that. But actually, it's a big deal. Like it sounds stupid and dumb, but on a deep level, that's a big deal for me. Like it's a huge deal for me, actually. I know it's probably TMI for some people, but quite honestly, like that's a really big deal for me. Hey, Sophia, Sandy Wandy, Starlina. I thought I recognized you from TJ Maxx. I'm still embarrassed about that. Thanks for bringing it back up. Thanks, Wendy Brewer. They didn't have a medium Puka Vista. I went back and tried to find it. I searched every rack. I asked the lady that I exchanged it, returned it. I was like, you don't still have that, do you? She was like, I don't know, girl. Check the store. Hey, Joanne Hawley, Kathy Burkhart. Thank you. Thank you, Donna Cooper, Tash Bits. Thank you for everybody who went over to watch Colts and Crims. I don't push it on you guys, but you seem to follow me over there, and I appreciate that. Nice. Thank you, Grandma Sunshine Dragon. Joe has no sense of smell, and it doesn't matter what I eat. I love that. Hey, Marty. I did mind twice a year professional appointment to bleach it. I'm just okay. That sounds really cute. Maybe you could send me a selfie. I'd like to see that on you. Thank you, Donna Cooper. Hey, Holly Day. Yeah, DS Kitty Diane says never push one out. It's a good idea, especially if you don't have a gallbladder, but he's on the phone with me. So like if I crap my pants, it's different. He's not here. It is a big deal. It's a huge deal. I never did that. Tommy loves farticles. He does. I never did that in front of Jeff. Hey, Lydia, love you. And Ellie sends her love. Tell Ellie we love, love, love her. I mean that. Lydia, thank you. And I love Lucas. Thank you for your super chat. Not stupid. It means you're so comfortable. You just let yourself be you. What a wonderful thing. I really, really do. I really feel comfortable. And that's a big, big deal for me. Yeah, honey Lou, I can do it in front of him. I've pooped in front of him too. It's like really changed my habits, my life, everything. So yeah, I laugh every time I do it, Rain. I don't fart very often. I don't know if that's because I don't have a gallbladder. I don't burp and I really don't fart very often. So like it's a big deal to me when I do it. Yeah, Buffy, I think he does. I think he does. There's no buffets in Ecuador that I'm aware of, so I'm pretty sure he stays away. I make my husband leave the room. Yeah, I would not poop around Jeff, like none of those things ever. Yeah, farticles, poopicles, absolutely. Yesterday, I didn't stream, and I had a boyfriend who told me when he farted in front of me, it would mean he felt comfortable. When it finally happened, yeah, you felt comfortable. I know that it's like, again, people who hate me are already going to hate me anyway. And they're going to be like, these two are disgusting. Yeah, maybe. But it's, what is that? Like a milestone, not just for Tommy and I as people who are close, but just for me. Like I'm feeling so much better about who I am, knowing myself and, letting myself in and trusting another person, all of those things. It's a big deal. It's actually a really big deal. And so if you don't get it, you don't have to get it. I'm not asking you or forcing you to get it. But those that do support me, love me, know me, and it's something I'm sharing. I'm not going to share everything, but that's a big deal for me. So yesterday I didn't stream. It wasn't really intentionally, but oh my God, talking about this stuff. This is my husband. We'll be walking in at the most awkward moment. Love and life. I got busy yesterday. I got really busy going through. So I have a huge, hey, Miss Sunrise Dawn, I have a huge tote now that I've put in my living room. And I was going through, thank you, Joanne Holly. I was going through all of my clothes, all of my like winter stuff. I don't know. Let me ask you something. As you get older, do you get more cold? I never used to be a person who was cold. And now I find myself cold all the time. Like Fred, old, he was cold. But those kinds of like situations people can, when they get really old, can be on blood thinners. Fred was on blood thinners. So like that will cause that effect. I am cold like easily, like all the time. Hey, Kestrel. Sorry, Kestrel. Holly Day says, no, she's hot. But Joanne, Holly, Renee B. Okay, Liz Tricks, yeah. I'm freezing. Like it's not even, this is Tennessee. Like they don't have deeply cold winters. I'm really cold. I'm the same age as you, Reese, and I'm permanently freezing. It's weird too because I'm overweight. So like I always assume that because I'm overweight, I'm not going to get as cold. Like a really thin person like my mother gets cold easily. I'm not really thin. So I kind of assume like, no, I'm hot all the time. No, as I've gotten older, I'm freezing. So I was like, Huxley, I was like, we need to go through and find all my sweaters. It wasn't even that cold, but I found myself, do you know when you get into a project like that, I couldn't stop. And I didn't. So here's the problem with yesterday. I was like, so it's like 7:00 last night. My thyroid is normal. I actually just had that checked. I have a doctor's appointment this week again, but my last blood work said my thyroid was totally fine. Um, it was like 6 or 7 o'clock last night. I was so tired and I hadn't showered yet. I had no makeup on. I was like really greasy looking. From do you I know you do. You're going to say yes. Do you start on a project and you just like don't stop the hours? I also made a delicious soup yesterday and I need to share that information as well. It's the GLP-1. That is my only side effect. I'm typically dying of heat, but not since starting. Okay, Debbie Zito. Interesting. Hey, Jan. Shelly Kelly. It was in, ooh, I love your picture. That's a good picture, Shelly Kelly. It was in the 80s the other day. Hubs asked if I wanted to go to the pool, and I was worried it was too cold. That's cold for Tucson. I was just going to say, that's cold for Tucson. That is. Actually, I get it. In a weird way, I get that. That's so insane. It actually makes sense. And I love you. Thank you for being a member. So I started a soup yesterday, and Kim is Blue wants to know what. I will tell you because I found it on a reel, and it's the easiest. You guys know I'm addicted to soup. And it's the easiest soup I've ever made. Hey, Nicola. Deborah Ricci, did I say hi to you? I don't know if I did. Hey, babe. Hey, Linda Perales, are you feeling better? I saw you leave a comment that you weren't feeling well after one of the lives the other day. I hope you're feeling better. Hey, Angel K. Hey, I've got words. So it's the easiest soup I've ever made. It's a crock pot. And I went to the store. I'm just going to tell you, it was baked potato soup. The only thing I wish I would have added now, looking back, is something spicy, like even a green chili, which is not really spicy unless you get the spicy ones in the can. Hey, Mandy Albert. Did the time change mess with anyone else? It messes with me every year this time of year. Fall back time change always messes with me. Spring forward, not so much. Obviously, I'm sorry, Linda, that sucks, babe. We all have to adjust to this. It takes me like 2 weeks to adjust to this. Getting darker earlier and the time change is such a drag. I hate it. Oddly enough, I feel more energetic today than I did yesterday, and it's probably because of the extra hour. I hate it, Meredith Lynn, because it gets dark so early. It's depressing. Okay, so real quick, baked potato soup, crock pot, Kim is Blue. 32-ounce bag of just frozen. See, this is why I don't make baked potato soup, because I don't want to have to boil potatoes. I've never boiled potatoes in my life, so I don't even know how to do it. I don't want to have to boil them, chop them, all of that. I don't like doing it. This is why I don't make mashed potatoes. I've never made mashed potatoes. So you take a 2-pound bag of just frozen not hash browns, the squares, the little chopped up ones, and throw that in the crock pot. You're supposed to do hey, Robin Miners, a whole container of chicken broth. I don't like chicken broth, so I did vegetable broth. No big deal. So a whole big container of that. 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese, 1 brick of cream cheese, and 8 ounces of sour cream. I know, Jamie Palmer, I just didn't want to. Hey, Lionheart. Hey, Killy Billy. Well, Killy Billy, thank you. And a banana. Okay, so all of that, salt and pepper, of course. And hey, Verdant Square Network. Me too. Hey, DP Tennessee, all into a crock pot. Kim is Blue. That was it. That was it. So, oh, I know. The chick that made it put bacon in hers. Here's the problem. Hey, Jennifer Ogle. Here, I hope you're feeling better. Here's the problem with that. I'll eat bacon. I know. I think that's why I had problems pooping today, Rain. I'll eat bacon, but I don't like chewy bacon. And there's no way to make it crunchy even if it's super crunchy and then you put it into a soup, it gets soft and that grosses me out. So here's what I did. I went to Costco and I bought the microwave bacon, which I like that. I buy it every once in a while. I regret it every time because I pretty much almost crap my pants every time. But I microwaved 2 strips when the soup was all done and ready. I microwaved 2 strips of bacon. Yep. And I just crumbled it with my fingers on top. I chopped up a ton of green onion. I love green onion with potatoes. And then I did some extra shredded cheddar cheese. Oh, what I added to this, though, was really good. Hey, Ruth Anna. I like the cheese at Trader Joe's, not like shredded cheese. Who cares about that? You can get that anywhere. I That's true, Meredith Lynn. I bought I like their sliced cheese, like for crackers. When I'm gonna eat something, oftentimes because I don't cook a lot and Huxley eats his own protein, I will simply eat. You could do bacon bits, yeah. That's what the girl used. She used a bag of bacon bits. Hey, Lilac Lime. Thank you. Hey, West Coast Fancy Nancy. And hey, just as I am. What was I saying? Oh, I just eat cheese and crackers a lot of the time. Like my main meals are cheese and crackers or hummus and crackers. I don't eat like big meals, but I've been buying at Trader Joe's these sliced. I love any kind of smoked cheese. I love smoked provolone. Hey, haggis basher. I love smoked provolone, smoked cheddar. Give me a break. Anything. Well, I bought a bunch of so I added a bag of sharp cheddar shredded into it, right? Is this boring, you guys? Kim is Blue needed to know, and I had to explain smoked Gouda. You knew it, Jessamine. You knew it well. I added 3 slices. I just tore it up of smoked Gouda into this, and it even brought out like that smoked smell into it. Oh my God. It was so good. And my mom, as you know, had her surgery and she's stressed and depressed. So I made her a big bunch of it and I took it up there for her today. And she has been texting me ever since. And she's like, that is so good. Thank you so much. And it's cold here and it's raining and they had a fire going in her house and she's just not bounced back. So that made her really happy. I love cheese, but yes, the Kim is Blue. If you make that, the smoked Gouda added to it was so good. Honey Lou, it was so simple. It's everything I just said. And Honey Lou, here's the cool thing. It truly was like throw it all in. I didn't mix it up. I didn't do anything. It probably took me maybe 5 minutes. I started with that crock pot. I tossed in the potatoes. Is my mom still talking softly? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. I went up there today to bring her the soup and she was like, hi, Reese. And I was like, I thought you had your hip surgery. I thought you had your hip replaced. And she was like, is that a soup? Thank you for the soup. And I was like, interesting. How weird that it affected your vocal cords, like all the way up there, all the way down from your hip. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know where that comes from. No joke. Yeah. I sat there with her. I brought Gertie and she was like, hello, Gertie. She was like, it's grandma. I was like, wow, I don't really, I was like, I got to get going. And she was like, come visit anytime, Reese. And I was like, Mom, I visit you every single day. I come up here every single day. And she was like, I know, but you can visit me anytime you'd like. I was like, I mean, I feel like I should bring up a book and read it to her, like Good Night Moon or something. Like I was like, Mom, what happened to your voice? What's going on with you? It's so weird. I'm like, she was like, do you want to see my incision? I was like, nope. No, I tried to forget about that again. Remember when you showed it to me the other day and I ran out screaming and peeled out? Nope, I don't want to see it again. How long do we cook the soup? That's happened to you after surgery, Lionheart? This is called dramatizing. Was she really a Scientologist? She lost her Scientology. She left in 1991. Okay. So I think we've moved on from it. Hey, Michelle Asbell, breathing tube in her throat when they put her to sleep. Oh yeah, no. Michelle Asbell, don't encourage this. No, that's not what this is. You should see it. No, I know it's happened to you, Michelle Asbell. I can tell the difference. Like she had to get up to pee while I was there and she was like, oh, I just have to get up to go to the bathroom. I was like, okay. That's enough. That's not it. That ain't it, girl. I promise. That's not happening. What was I saying? Oh, I literally threw this stuff in. So real quick, Renee B, Kim is Blue, dumped in those potatoes. I didn't like this took less than 5 minutes, I bet. She wants to be babied. That's exactly what it is. She's like, stop by anytime, Reese. I was like, okay, Grandma. Hey, Aileen. Hey, Heather. Yeah, Renee B, we're on the same page. Exactly. Love you, Michelle Asbell, and I love your family too. So I literally dumped in the potatoes. I didn't even soften the cream cheese. Opened it up in its little foil thing, plopped it in. Okay. I took the 8-ounce thing of sour cream and a little, what do they call those spoons? Like a tiny spatula, scooped it in, didn't pay any attention to it. Hey, Eric, wait till you have hip surgery, says Linda Perales. Don't wish that on me, Linda Perales. Don't put a hex on me. I'll tell you what, though. Here's the thing, Linda Perales. I had 19 staples going across my abdomen post cesarean. I was driving in 4 days after that. I was driving to and from the NICU. I was walking. I was having to shower and do all those things. I get it that she's 100 and I was not. But at the same time, I also worked in senior living, Linda Perales, and Viola, okay, bless her sweet soul. Viola was 99 years old and had her hip replaced. Viola, okay, 99, centurion. All right, Linda Perales, I've seen enough. I've heard enough. So then I dumped in Kim is Blue, the entire thing of vegetable stock. Again, you're supposed to use chicken. I get freaked out by that. I'm like, do they milk the chicken? Like, do they wring out a chicken to make chicken broth? I get freaked out. I'm like, are there bones in it? I don't want to know. So I just use the vegetable broth because it frightens my soul. So I poured in that whole container of vegetable broth. Okay. We got the cream cheese, we got the sour cream, we got the potatoes. We did just one whole bag of sharp cheddar shredded. Okay. Any kind of cheddar you want. All right. We opened that up. We undo the Ziploc. We dumped it in. Oh, well, I put the Gouda in at the end, actually. Okay. So then put the crock pot on low is what the girl said to do. Exactly, Renee B. We put it on low, and the girl said to do it for 6 hours. That felt a little much for me on low. I was stirring it at the 3-hour point as I was unpacking boxes of stuff, and I was like, is this necessary? It's potatoes. So then I started again at the 4-hour point. I was like, this just seems unnecessary. And then hey, Riley's human, at the 5-hour point, I was like, this is unnecessary. They're potatoes. Okay. Yeah. Jessamine, it seemed very excessive to me. So I stirred it up and ate it. I threw in my Gouda cheese at the 5-hour point. I was like, F it. If I'm going to get salmonella, I'm going to get salmonella, but I'm going to take a risk. Okay. That's what you have to be doing, especially as the time changes. You take risks with the time change. It's an old tradition. Kim is Blue. It was the easiest thing. Hey, Patty. So I did it at 5 hours and I was like, this is stupid. Nobody cooks this for 6 hours. Look, I get it if you're going to make a stew. Okay. Like I understand not wanting to get trichinosis because you've got bones in it. This doesn't have bones in it. So I stirred it up. It was so good. So Kim is Blue, put in the Gouda, and then I made a nice big bowl of it. And the only thing like I say, I would make this again, but it's so good, Linda Garden Lady. I would make it again, but I would I like spicy, which is why I get pancreatitis all the time. I like spicy. So I would have done I would have either chopped up I probably would have bought a can. I have some actually. I would have done, hey, Michelle Lynn, use boneless potatoes. I would have used a can of spicy jalapenos or fresh, or I would have also added some green chilies to it. That's just me for some color, but also a little bit of zest. That's the only thing I would have changed. So Kim is Blue. I put that into a bowl, crumbled up a piece of microwave bacon. I put some more cheese on top, and then I chopped up some green onion. And it rocked my soul. But then here's what's weird. Hey, Heather Rhodes, I haven't seen you in forever. Does spicy food have an effect on pancreatitis? It does. Well, that's what my doctor says anyway. I mean, I don't know, but spicy food, I love spicy food. I would eat it around the clock, right? But it does something it causes a lot of heartburn for me. But yes, my doctor said when I had pancreatitis, he was like, it can be brought on by spicy food, and do not eat a spicy food if you have it. And then of course, oh my God, speaking of pancreatitis, I went to visit my mom yesterday morning to check on her, and she's sitting in a chair and she's like, hi, Reese. And I was like, yeah, hey, Diane. Again, it's not like I haven't seen you in months. Like, hello. And she goes, I think I have pancreatitis. And I was like, Mom, look, like you act like you're, I was like, Mom, you were barely getting around with your bum hip before. Like, it's not. And she was like, I think I'm pretty sure I have it. And I was like, why do you think you have it? And she was like, because I have like this, thanks, Wendy Brewer. I have this like feeling. And I said, girl, it's more than a feeling. I started writing my obituary. Like, I felt like it needed to be added to. I'll be honest, the first time I got COVID, I wrote it, but that was years ago. So I thought I need to add to this. Like, I've accomplished some things since. I want to leave some things to people that I make sure that they know and make them feel recognized. Boneless potatoes. Yeah. Hey, no one. So I'm like, what makes you think you have pancreatitis, Mom? And she's like, I think I do. And I said, where does it hurt? And she's like, I don't know. My back hurts. And I was like, Mom, I think we should have put her in a home for a couple of weeks, honestly. Like, I think she should have gone to a rehab or something where she could have gotten like all kinds of around the clock attention to be able to, yeah. I was like, Mom, if you have pancreatitis, like you will know you have pancreatitis. I truly thought the Lord was coming to get me. Let's hope it was the Lord, right? Like, I hope for that. Um, but I truly thought that. It's not, and she doesn't. I just to not let anyone feel alarmed. She doesn't have the pancreatitis. What was I saying after that? Maybe she does. Kim is blue. Kim is blue. I hope you make that soup, girl. If you like spicy, I don't know. Maybe just make it the way I said. She probably has muscular pain. I'm sure she does. I'm sure she does. But the chances of that, ew, there's a hair in my tea. Oh God, I just put another hair in it by reaching for that hair. Well, that's a fuzzy from my sweater. It's impossible to not get hair in your stuff when you have 3 cats. Rain says, when I had pancreatitis, I was in the fetal position on the floor. I cried. I cried. I went to the ER, guys. I'm an ex-Scientologist. We don't go to the ER. I went to the ER and I cried. I went to the ER and I sat there in a bed, and they had a what do you call it, IV in my arm, and I just laid there crying. Yeah, Riley's human. No, it wasn't my hair, Shelly Kelly. It's one of the kids. When you have it. Irish Mart, welcome in. Guys, what was I going to talk about today? Well, so first of all, time got away from me yesterday. When you get into a project like that, you can't stop. There is no stopping. And I really went through some of my stuff. Hey, Lisa Vining. And I realized how I don't know why I own so much stuff. So what I did, it's a start. Okay. I want to get rid of everything. How can I get rid of everything in a short amount of time? I feel overwhelmed with how much stuff I have. I'm kind of like, how did we get here? How did it get this bad? How did no one stop me? Which I had 3 husbands, I think, that did try. Honestly, I feel like now that if I'm being totally honest with myself, I remember a couple of those husbands being like, hey, you are loved, being like, whoa, Imelda Marcos, maybe reel it in on the shoes. But I think at the time I had my headphones in or something, like I wasn't listening. I think maybe once or twice I remember Jeff being like, isn't that, maybe we don't need all of that. And I was like, no, I do though. Here's the thing. I don't regret. Speaking of Jeff, I was going through jewelry and I found a bunch of jewelry of mine. I was like, wow, I thought I lost this. That was exciting. However, this was in my jewelry box. And quick trigger warning, you're gonna get goosebumps. Okay, you're gonna get goosey. Speaking of creeping you out with the chills, I sent this to Tommy and he was like, what the holy hell is that? What in the cult is going on? Ready for it? Yikes, man. Yikes. I got chills. They're multiplying. Yikes. That's terrifying. And if you're not afraid, then I can't help you. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Oh, that's what scared me too, Meredith Lynn. Thanks for reminding me. I saw that too. I think this is actually a really good way to know whether or not you want to keep your stuff. I saw a video the other day about decluttering. Ask yourself, if there was dog shit on it, would you clean it up to keep it? So the problem into that is yes, because I own a lot of things that were expensive. And so I'm like, yes, because that cost a lot of money. I would try to get the poop out. That's not the point. I don't want this stuff anymore. I just don't want it. How can I get rid of my stuff? Pack it up and take it to a flea market. Where? How? Who has that kind of time? Here's the thing, too. I just have to say this. Meredith, so do you guys remember the other day when I said my heating pad is starting to smell like it smelled like Satan's armpits? I know, Sophia, it's so gross. Meredith Lynn sent me a new heating pad. Like after that show, she texted me and she was like, "Hey, new heating pad on the way for you." And I was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much. She's a dear friend. I love her." So yesterday, while I'm in this whole process of like going through stuff, I was like, I'm going to wash my sheets. Like while I'm here going through stuff, while that's getting done, like I'm kind of efficient, like a Scientologist would be like that. Like, why not have 7 things going at once? That way it's all getting done at the same time. I'm serious. I think like that. Actually, I think it's a female thing. I think I see a lot of women do it. Um, do you have a car boot sales? What? No, that's a UK thing. Hey, Debbie A. So I was like, well, I'm going to wash my sheets while I'm doing this. So I'm also cooking a meal. Like, I like to make sure that like there's all kinds of balls in the air that you have to juggle. This is terrifying. So I was like, I'm going to go wash my sheets. Your husband is right. If you haven't worn it or touched it in 2 years, it needs to go. The problem is some of this stuff I can donate. A lot of it, though, I want to sell. Normally, I would just donate it, but I need the money right now. I want to move and I need to, and there's no reason not to sell it. Like I have some really nice stuff that I want to sell. I don't want to just give it away. I want to sell it. But I'm like, where and how can I do that quickly and sell furniture? Okay, but hold on. So I went to go wash my sheets and that heating pad woke me up recently a few days ago because it smelled like fire. It was so bad. So I go to wash my sheets. I think I've said that about 14 times now. Oh wow. Thanks, Holiday. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to go get that because my neck is still bothering me. My sheets and my mattress like caught on fire. How did that happen in my sleep? I can't believe I have any hair left. Not to mention, those were my Anthropology sheets that I bought when I sold my house, and I am so depressed about it. Those were really expensive sheets. Holy crap. What? It's Renee B's birthday? Happy birthday, Renee B. You guys, remember when my crock pot caught on fire last month? Somebody's trying to kill me. I know. That's crazy. It also burned through my pillowcase. So there's my pillowcase. Yeah, that happened in my sleep. That happened while I was sleeping. I know, Margie Barr, but I was cold and my neck hurt. I know. Diana H says you're definitely being looked after. I had my crock pot catch on fire and that while I was in the house. Yes, Vicky C. I had no idea. I know, Heather. I know. Fire, fire. So it's terrible. It's terrifying. The scariest part is I could have lost my hair. What if my hair would have burned off? Like I really liked my hair. I would have been like, what if it would have just like singed off one half of my head? That would have made me really sad. So I thought I'd share that with you so you could feel sorry for me. It's terrifying. Hey, good vibes. So I went through all my stuff and get that Afghan out. I actually went through that yesterday, Liz. It's folded and on my bed. There's so much stuff, guys, and it's a thing. It's terrifying, Armine. I didn't even know that was a thing. And oh God, there's another hair. It's from this sweater. And that heating pad is not old. I ordered that off of Amazon like right before I moved out of Kansas City. That's horrible. I fell asleep with mine the other night. I sleep on one every night. I sleep on a heating pad every night of every day of the year. Yeah, she was with me, Buffy. She sleeps with me, but she doesn't sleep on it. I know Kim is blue, but it's really hot tea. Oh, that's crazy, Heather. So it feels really good to get rid of that stuff. Hey, Joe Virus, I haven't seen you in forever. I'm happy to see you. Angie Mo. Okay, you guys are yelling at me. Can someone start yelling at Angie Mo? She sleeps with 4 heating pads. That's insane. Nobody yell at me. Yell at Angie Mo. That's ridiculous. You sleep with 4 heating pads? That just feels like you're asking for it. That sounds like a fire to me. That's even more than I can multitask with. Angie Mo, that's a lot. We're going to have to talk about that when we go to lunch. I feel like you're an addict and we need to do some kind of an intervention. That's a lot. Does anybody else raise your hand if you also sleep with 4 heating pads? I feel like the cheese is going to stand alone here. Angie Mo, that's insane. Nobody does that. I do have a heated blanket. Good for you, Renee B. Heated mattress pad, says Liz. See, the thing is, guys, I feel like the bigger, like even a heated blanket. Hey, Jojo, heated mattress pad sounds like fire risk as well. No? Am I wrong about that? Okay, Reflection says Facebook Marketplace. Hey, Bohemian Luciferian Witch. I don't know that that's unless I did it somehow with like Franklin or the Nashville people. I don't know that this area is going to be interested in my stuff on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm just not sure. I'm not sure. And I know that there's people that don't live too far from me. So I might show some of it on my channel just to see if there's anybody that would want it once the time comes. Yeah, Linda Garden Lady, I've heard that too. What was my topic? I had a topic and I feel very scatterbrained. I feel all over the place because of what I've been doing. I did it all day today before I took a shower and washed my hair. I have been unpacking and going through eBay. Yeah, happy thoughts. I have a tote in the middle of my living room now where I am just taking all the clothes that I don't want, that I'm just not wearing anymore, and I'm putting them in a tote, and I'm going to figure out how to Poshmark and eBay. So, yeah, I mean, I just sold a bag on Poshmark on Friday. It's just kind of a pain at this point. They don't use priority shipping anymore. So you can't use any of the priority boxes you get from the post office. You have to use your own box. And I don't, yeah, driving fan. I have to drive it all the way to Murfreesboro to ship it, but it's not the end of the world. I could do that. Yeah, lightening up. That was the title of this. Lightening up on the criticism. I guess I feel a little scatterbrained, but thank you for bringing me back down to earth. And I don't mean criticism necessarily, okay, Renee B, from others, although I mean that too, but I'm talking about even to ourselves. I feel like we're being, love you, Miss Sunrise Dawn. They do estate sales for people who didn't die. Yeah, they do. Well, they did in Kansas City anyway, Puca Vista. I feel like we all need just a gentle, friendly reminder. I don't know what that is, Cold Truth. What about the guy and his wife you got the table for your porch from? I have no idea where they are. They travel all over Tennessee and Kentucky. I'm not that close to Nashville, Sophia. Like I'd have to get a trailer or a moving truck to take stuff. I'm about an hour and 20 minutes outside of Nashville. It's not like a quick ride, but I don't know where I would take the stuff. So I'm trying to figure it out. I've never heard of that, Heather. I feel more scattered than usual. Being a little bit less critical of ourselves, right? Um, the last stream I did has had me thinking a little bit. If you recall, the last stream I did was on kind of parenting and where I feel like I stand as Huxley's mother. And then when just that being hard on myself there, I have a lot of thoughts about that. I've been thinking, and I was thinking a lot yesterday when I was unpacking all those things. And I was thinking about Huxley and just where we are at this moment in time. And I'm really grateful that he is now in therapy. I think that makes a huge difference. I will, Linda Garden Lady, but she doesn't. I already did. She doesn't really know anyone. Hey, Twyla. Robin Miners, I agree with that totally. But right now, my thoughts, like I've really been thinking about reels that I watch where people who are inspiring to me will say things like, you are what your thoughts are, you are what you think about. And I'm trying to lean more into the idea of grace, not just for me, but for other people. Like I've been really nasty in the past, and I'm going to be totally honest. I'm going to admit to something. I'm not going to say what. Good Lord, I'm not going to say what. But I was chatting with my mods today, and they don't even know this, but it gave me time to reflect. And I was talking today with them, and the old me kind of slipped out. I feel like the old Scientology version of me, as far as, hey, antics of a mama squirrel. I just said something along the lines of like, it was very aggressive, not to my mods. I was talking about a situation. I wasn't talking to them. And I just said, I will absolutely destroy. I will come unglued and I will destroy. And it felt good in the moment to say that because I meant it. I was talking about a situation and a group of people. And I was like, I will not lay down and take any criticism that comes my way anymore, how I used to, is what I was saying. Like, if somebody wants to make a decision to do a hate campaign against me again, unless it's someone that really doesn't matter. Like, if it's a nobody, I'm not going to waste my time. But like, if a big group of people were to do that again and make up stories and make up lies, and the reason is because obviously why, right? Me and Tommy and I are talking and we're streaming, and I said, I was like, I would absolutely, like, I hope that they think through before they come after me this time, because I don't give a holy shit. Like, I will take us both to hell, is basically what I mean. Like, I will seek out and destroy. And in the moment, it felt good to say that. And in the moment, I meant that. But the more I was like cleaning my kitchen afterward and putting stuff away, I was like, see, even that got my heart rate up, and it made me feel like I used to feel in the past, like an ex Scientologist. Absolutely, no question. Do not be fooled. Do not let them tell you otherwise. Anybody who is a Scientologist long enough, right? Like if you were a Scientologist for 3 years, you're not going to be probably as seasoned as the born ins or the people who were in for 10 years plus. You don't have to be born in, but I mean, just in it for quite a long amount of time. You become a machine, and you really do think like that. Like, attack, attack, attack. Don't defend, attack. We are taught that. Anger is okay, Reese, but I understand. Lumen, thank you for validating that. I did feel angry in that moment. And there's some things I still feel that I said earlier that are true, such as come for me, but just make sure that you know what you're doing, because I'm not going to just lay down and take it. I won't react right away. It'll depend on what it is. But I have no problem these days. Like, I'm not afraid anymore. And what I mean by that, I love you too, Yadira. What I mean by that is I wasn't afraid before. But to a degree, I don't mean afraid for my life. There was an intimidation I felt. Um, Thank you, Jamie Palmer. There was an intimidation that I felt about not speaking out about certain situations, certain people, not rocking the boat. You don't want to piss off, you don't mind pissing off this person, but you don't want to piss off that person. You don't want to piss off the wrong people. I don't feel that way anymore. Like, just a heads up, I don't give a holy shit about holding back. Like, I'm not afraid of anybody getting in my way if they're going to come after me. I absolutely would defend myself. Anger is great if you use it as energy to change something after thinking it through. Exactly, Sophia. And I know that's how you live your life. I am that way too. I don't immediately react or respond to much at all. I have to think it through. I formulate a plan. I think, how can I do the most possible damage that I can do? That is just an ex Scientologist. I don't know if that's other ex cult members. I don't know if that's just other human beings. In my mind, if you try to attack, if it's worth my time, like if it's one of these stupid streamers that are nobodies that I don't care about, that make that they have no purpose, like, it's very clear to me they hate themselves, so they're just hating everyone. It's not just me, they hate everybody, right? That's not worth my time, and I don't care. I actually feel sorry for people like that. Like, I hope they find the light. But if it's somebody that it's just going to be a case by case situation. But guess what I'm saying is, I don't feel fearful anymore of my reactive mind has an itchy trigger finger, Joe Virus. Yeah, I don't feel fearful of like naming people, fighting for me, defending myself. Now, if someone comes out and goes, Reese is doing all these things and those are just totally fabricated and made up, I'm going to waste my time trying to defend myself. It will depend what it is. But I just feel like in the past, hey, Joel Sachs, I was more inclined to just don't say anything, just don't. And then eventually, like at first that works. And then eventually, depending on what it is, that can start to wear on you. When you have a group of people who love to just band together and hate another person for no reason, it's sad on, like, nobody wins. Let's be honest, nobody wins. And this is all hypothetical anyway, and not worth the several minutes I've put into it. But the point is, I backtracked after I was talking to my mods, and I was like, that's not really behavior that I want to have. I do not want to feel like, I immediately felt like almost like the metal, like I felt like a machine in that moment. I was like, it was all turning back on like a machine. Like I was like, where's the target I'm ready to destroy? That's kind of how I felt in that moment. I was like, I will absolutely fucking annihilate, and I'm ready for it. Like, please actually come for me. I'm kind of hungry for it. I'm ready for it again. I'm not. And that's my training and that's my indoctrination. And that's not who I am. They made us that way. What did I see the other day that made me see that? It made me very sad, and I probably won't find it because I can't remember if it was a meme or if it was. I don't know what it was, but I will say this. Oh, that's cute, Diana H. I've come a long way and I've worked really hard on myself. And I don't want to return to those ways. I don't want to feel like I want to annihilate someone or a group of people or any of that. I really don't. I don't suppress and swallow anger. I let it out in a controlled manner because I don't like keeping it pent up for my health. Well, there's a way to do that. But just like getting off on wanting to destroy someone is not it for me. Speaking up for yourself, speaking out against bullies is totally different in my viewpoint. And I will do that. And I've said that before. I will name people and I will absolutely expose people. And I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm not afraid to talk about it. I'm not afraid of my past. I'm not afraid of who I was. And so you can't come at me with that. And I am not afraid of being in a relationship or having anything to do with Tommy Scoville. That will be kept behind the scenes anyway. I mean, sure, we're doing Colts and Crims and I share what I want to share, but I will never go back to the way things were ever. It's nobody's business, just like it's not my business to comment on other people's relationships or their children. I don't know what brought this up other than I don't want to be that person. Joanne Hawley, Reese, you've changed in so many ways and worked hard on yourself and have been so good at putting all the hate that comes your way behind. But that doesn't mean you can't voice your thoughts when it's needed. You are human. That is really a nice thing to say. It's true. She's right. That's what I guess I'm trying to say. That's what I guess I'm trying to say. And I kind of, hey, Noelle, I kind of want everyone hopefully to be able to speak up and defend themselves if they need to. Don't be so afraid. I think one of the biggest things is that I was afraid. I think a lot of us walk around in fear and judgment. What is this person going to think? What is that group going to think? Hey, Caitlin, Joanne, thank you for saying that. Thank you for your super chat. You always have really kind words. Do your haters have already lost? Do their channels even exist? Lumen, I'm really not entirely sure. I think that one guy, the Nazi dude and his friends, I'm sure that they will continue to exist because I'm pretty sure they're getting paid to do what they do. Right. So that's really just an operation and no one cares about that. Nobody cares about those people. But I think the point is what I just said. It's the fear. I don't feel I have nothing to lose anymore. And as I move through, I've been really behind the scenes working on the motions of I was thinking it today when I was hanging up clothes. I was hanging up sweaters I got out and I was had headphones in and I was thinking this and this is going to sound so simple and so basic, but it's absolutely nuts to me that this thought came into the front of my mind today. The amount of maturity you have to say something when needed and not stupid. Well, I never attack people. I don't attack people. You know that. I don't mention people. I don't care about other people anyway. I'm too busy working on what I need to work on to become a better person. And I'm too busy wanting to help change and shape how my son's going to be as a man. I don't give a shit about other people's lives. I don't care about other people's marriages, their relationships, if they're married and cheating, if they're breaking up. I don't give a shit about any of that. That's their business. It's their life. I don't take the time to care. But I thought of this when I was hanging up sweaters and it's no, Caitlin, not that I know of, Caitlin. I don't know, but I'll never. So this is a great point. What's going on? Are we in trouble again? I haven't been paying attention to the hate channels in a while. That's exactly the point. We'll never be in trouble again. I will never be in trouble again. Nobody will ever dethrone me from my life ever again. And I love that you aren't sharing as much. It's healthy to keep some stuff just for you, and it makes it harder for the haters to create their bullshit. Well, they'll just make stuff up. But yes, thank you. Happy thoughts. Tommy says this to me a lot, daily. He says it to me daily. You will never be in trouble again. Not with me, not with anybody. And I was thinking that while I was hanging up my sweaters today, and I got the biggest, happy reaction to it. Nobody ever is going to tell me what to do ever again. That's the craziest thought I can think of, coming from the cage of Scientology and all of my handlers, coming from the cage of Jeff and the jesters and actually threatening my life if I were to talk, coming from that horrible marriage of someone saying your thoughts are not in reality, coming from a marriage of someone who would hold up my car keys and go, you're not going anywhere. Coming from a marriage of someone who I literally would go to pay for groceries and swipe the American Express and it would decline. And I would come home and he'd go, your card didn't work, did it? And I go, no, it didn't, asshole. Thanks. And he'd go, well, you won't have to be punished if you just obey and listen to me and don't bring up the gestures ever again. You will be rewarded and your card will get turned back on. I don't have to fuck with any of that anymore. Nobody, no entity, nobody gets to take that from me ever again. And I don't know what brought it on. I was standing in front of my bed and I put like 16 hangers on all these sweaters that I got out from a container. And I was like, I will never have to answer to anyone again. I don't give a shit. Hey, Martin, nobody is going to tell me what to think again. I'm never going to have a girlfriend in my life. I'm never going to have a female friend ever again that is like bitching about somebody else and bad mouthing somebody else and telling me to hate somebody else. Like I had friends in the past who were like, you don't want to talk to Tommy. He's Satan. Whether he's Satan or not, fuck off. I don't want negativity in my life. Negative people will bring you down. Worse than negative people, hey Nacho's mom, cults will bring you down. The Church of Scientology will chip away at your soul to where you are practically nothing. And then if you join into someone who's in the gestures and they try to stomp out your soul, that nearly broke me. Scientology was hard, but when you added that cult to it, that disgusting, literally, in my opinion, satanic sex cult, like they have sex rituals. I believe that they are like completely satanic. When you add that layer of control onto me, it almost broke me. Mentally, I remember at the end, all of a sudden I have like really itchy nose. I didn't use my Flonase. All of a sudden at the end, it is high school shit. Yeah, at least I would have to guess, Angel. I didn't go. But at the end of my relationship with Jeff, when it got really bad, before Tommy came, before all of that, I remember standing in the kitchen a couple of times. I would say to him, you're not going to break me, dude. You're not going to, hey, Bo Beats, you're not going to hurt me. You're not going to break me. Toward the end of that marriage, I started to go, I think it's breaking me. I would say it in my head. I would have never given him that satisfaction. But I would say as he started to take advantage of the fact, I don't know if you guys know this. I never shared my Scientology life with Jeff. Very tiny bits and pieces, right? Like small things, small pieces of the story. Well, that's kind. Thank you. What are the odds that you had to deal with 2 cults in your life? I know. I told Jeff little bits and pieces of things, but once he the what am I trying to say? The dam broke. Once the dam broke and I watched that Aftermath Leah Remini Mike Rinder show, he knew every weakness and he pounced on it. It was like I feel like I handed him over the book of my weaknesses. I feel like he truly, I remember, so it took me a while to reach out to the Aftermath Foundation for help. Okay. You have to understand that when I watched that show, I watched it like 3 times through over and over and over. It took me, let's see, I'd say I watched that show in May and I reached out to the Aftermath Foundation for help in July. So I had to, that was a huge decision. I hope you understand. Oh yeah, Kim is Billy said it all the time that I was going to be in trouble with Jeff. I really had to think that through. Watching that show, there was no going back. I knew everything had ripped apart in my mind, everything. And my question was in my own place in my own self was like, what am I going to do? I cannot continue to be a Scientologist. There's no way. And I'll get caught. I'm going to get caught on the cans. Like they're going to find out I watched the show. Jeff watched that with me at least twice through. Martin, thank you for that. He watched that show with me. And after every episode, he would question me and he would go, "That happened to you? How did that happen to you? What happened to you?" By the time I had told him everything, it was like, I feel like it was like the devil warming up his hands, was like, "Oh, yeah, we're going to use this and we're going to hit her hard." And I watched his face. I watched him do it. And he immediately started in on my relationship with my dad. "Hey, Barbara, wait." And he was like, "That's why you're that way, because as a child with your father." And he just immediately started going down the like evaluation type rabbit hole, right? It was so slimy, it was so dirty, and I knew I was really in trouble. I knew I was really, really in trouble at this point because this guy knew. Yes, he used all of it against me. Love you, Joe. He weaponized the shit out of it. He thought he now had something on you, like you knew the jester stuff. Yes, but I wasn't, it wasn't like that. Well, he probably thought that, but like there wasn't anything I was like, "Oh, please don't tell anybody." Wow. Thank you for letting us know all the OSA personnel in the chat. Thanks for letting the cat out of the bag. You think I didn't know that? I'm OSA. Um, that shows exactly how nasty he was. Yes. Hey, Noreen. Reese, just do you. What other people think of you is not your business. It's theirs. Keep shining. I love you, girl. And I'm so glad you made it to a show. Thank you for being here. And she's absolutely right. I'm not going to change anything. She's right. The other thing I'll add to that, Noreen, is fly higher than that. Fly higher than that. Who cares what other people think? And it would be case by case. I really don't care about most people. It would have to be a seriously different situation for me to give a shit. Noreen, I think I was just feeling spicy. I think I had just wished that I had added peppers to my potato soup. And so, due to the lack of peppers, I was like feeling really spiced. Thank you. Thank you for your super chat. Reese, I'm so proud of you. A peaceful mind is a peaceful soul. Yes, Joanne Holly. And I want to talk about that in a reel I want to share. That's beautiful. Thank you for that. Thank you for your super chat. Be your own magic. That's lovely. And he filled up his ammo boxes with that info. He did. He did. And I was in trouble. I felt like the water was rising. Love you, Noreen. He trapped me 100%. And by the end, I would say that I started to feel, again, in my head, I was never willing to admit any kind of a weakness to Jeff because he would spot it and smell it, and I was screwed. But I really, really tried to keep it under wraps. But in the end, I was like, "I'm going crazy. This is starting to work. Like I'm crazy. Am I going crazy? Like I feel like I'm going to snap." It was bad. There was a couple of times I wrote down in different places, "I am not suicidal if something happens to me. I do not have thoughts of that. I am of sound mind," because he would say things like, "Do you want something to happen to you? What if something happens to you?" It started to scare the ever living shit out of me. We had this long flight of stairs in our house that went down to the basement. And I was like, he wasn't a murderer like that. Like, it's not like my body would disappear. I would never go near those stairs anymore toward the end because I was like, he's going to shove me down these stairs and be like, "Oh no, she fell." Like death becomes her style. Liz, here's to coming into control of your own life, knowing what you will, and more importantly, will not accept in your life and your relationships. Amen, Liz. So blessed to be able to walk with you on your journey and call you friend. That is so powerful. Your own control, knowing what you will, and more importantly, will not accept in your life and your relationships. Guys, we have standards now. We don't have to accept that shit. She's absolutely right. Liz, I love this. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And your super chat. Yeah, happy thoughts. Renee B, Judge Judy acknowledges and appreciates you all. That's Judge Judy, in case you don't know. Thank you, Renee B. I know my customers. What was Jeff's motive, those actions. So I think what was his motive? He knew that I had all of that Jester stuff on him. And this had been building for years, Martin. So before the Scientology stuff ever came out, our marriage was just becoming incredibly toxic, more and more violent, more and more toxic, because he was pissed that he didn't break me control. Yes. And he was furious at how much I knew. He would have never, I asked him repeatedly, would you have ever shared any of that stuff about, the hookers and all those things? And he was like, hell no. I found it. So I had the upper hand on him. I had tons. His motive was to control you like a paid jester prostitute. Yes, Darius. I had tons of dirt on him and his pals of human trafficking, sex trafficking across state lines. And I used that to leverage myself when he would take my car keys and go, you're not going anywhere. You're not doing anything unless I say. And I was like, oh, really? Because I know things, dude. I was like, I know stuff. And then he would say, do you want something to happen to you? You want to disappear? It was terrifying. It was a horrible recipe. It was just bubbling over and it was bad. And so I think, what was his motive? He was pissed that I had that information. I'm sure he still is. He was really pissed about that, right? Like, I have a lot of their weird stuff and I have all of those emails and I haven't even shown them. I have audios, right? And of course I have copies of that with several different people, including an attorney, right? I mean, I'm not stupid. When all of that happened, I sent copies of it to my friend Ryan. And I said, dude, if something happens to me, I was not suicidal. And I said, you need to send this everywhere, every news outlet, every newspaper, social media, get that shit out there and sing like a canary. Okay. Oh, that's scary. Happy thoughts. Yeah. Super, super control. Look at me. I have a young, beautiful wife whom I control. I think he did not expect the outcome to be what it was. I do not think Jeff expected. I think he expected me to break. I think he expected me to bend to his will. I think you guys have heard enough of those audios where he says, if you do not obey me, you will be punished. Shit like that. He got off on it. What is the word for that? Is that sadism or is that masochism? It's like a sadomasochist. I'm not really sure which one. I don't know the definitions of those words. Yeah, Darius. Mm-hmm. He thought he was smarter than other people. He did too. He really thought that he was smarter than me. He thought that I was a really stupid girl he would say that. You're just an uneducated Scientologist. And he would say, you don't have any common sense in this world. Sadism. Okay. He would say shit like that all the time. And I think I came out of left field for him. He did not expect me to be a sleuth and to be sneaky. That was the problem with Jeff. He wasn't dumb, but he wasn't very bright. And he really wasn't very fast. And I was a lot faster than he was. In my thought process, I was faster in my movements and where I put stuff and giving copies of shit to people and covering my ass. I did all of those things. And I did it right under his nose. And I think once the day I told him, when he said, do you want something to happen to you? That was the day I said, you want something to happen to me? I have copies of everything given to multiple parties. And he was pissed. He was so mad when he found out that I had given out copies of everything I found in that computer. And I was like, go ahead, dude, let something happen to me, but just know, like, this shit will absolutely, they'll be knocking on your door immediately. It was really frightening. It was a really scary time. Oh, he controlled me with money big time. He had me quit my corporate job, just like all the Jester wives. It's like a playbook or something that they operate by. Like, all those wives quit their jobs eventually, they get handed a credit card to use, and they go to the country club, and my money dwindled down Like my money was gone that I had. Eventually it was gone and I had none left and he had me trapped. He knew I couldn't go anywhere. I had no money to do anything. And I was afraid to tell people. I didn't want to tell people what was going on. If you recall, I said that on my streams many times. I was like, someone just said that. Kim is blue. She was like, when you used to say on your streams, I'm going to get in trouble with Jeff. Like I was terrified of him because I had nowhere to go and he knew that. And he took my car keys, right? Like he was really nuts at like I feel like he was like, this is your space and you don't get to be outside of this space and you don't get to talk to like I was talking about this with a friend the other day. He would track my phone. I would say, like, I'm going to run to Sephora. Remember that? And he'd go, well, I would go with you. I'll go with you. And I thought it was sweet at the time. In the beginning, it was always sweet. And then it got sour. It started to get more and more dark. I started to feel more and more controlled. I started to feel less and less like I had rights to things. Like the more he would let his friends grab me, that was a telling thing. When I went to that party and his friends began to grab me and grope me and put their lips on my ear and say really sexual things, I was shaking from that. And I would get in the car after and I would just bawl and tell him what happened. And he was like, well, I didn't see it. Do you have any idea how lucky you are to be married to a jester? Do you have any idea what it means? The clout involved in this luxury men's, like, do you know how lucky you are to go to these parties? Like he would just flip the script and make me feel bad about it, that these guys groped me. So like both worlds of science, I would take Scientology. I've said this any day though. I survived that 38 years. I was with Jeff for 5. That was the hardest. The jester stuff and Jeff was incredibly horrific for me. And again, I never once, my measuring stick for this is I never once in Scientology felt like they're going to kill me. 1, never felt that way. But 2, I never once started to question my sanity. Like I was not like, I'm beginning to break. I could feel it. I was very self-aware and I was like, this is getting to me. Like I'm starting to break down mentally. I can feel it. I can feel myself slipping. I feel like I'm going to snap. He's making me question my sanity. He's saying things to me where I'm fighting enough around the clock that I'm starting to not hear my words anymore. I'm just constantly defending myself from this person who's like I would see, I mean, I've said this before. I don't know why I'm bringing all this up. I do. And I'm going to circle back, but I truly used to say, don't do this. Don't fuck with me. Like I would try to hold on to my one card of I have dirt on you, dude. And I would say that. I'd be like, don't do this. Don't put your hands on me. Don't do any of that. I have dirt on you. And he would say, and he was so confident. It was terrifying. He was also a massive in size. He was a huge man. And he would look at me in the kitchen and go, you don't have anything. That was insane. I would go, it's all on here. I have 300 images of your stuff, dude. I have your emails. I was like, I have all the pictures of the girls, everything. And I have receipts of you paying for their air flights, their travel. And he would go, no, you don't. You don't have anything. You think you do, but your thoughts are not based in reality, Reese. And he'd be like, do you hear yourself? You sound crazy. And he'd go, the jesters are over 100 years old. How would we get away with that? We're not doing anything like that. He'd be like, that's insane. How could they be doing human trafficking in 100 years? He's like, those are prestigious lawyers and doctors and entrepreneurs and judges and cops. And he's like, how could they get away with that? You're nuts. And you're hurting good people in the process. He'd be like, you're trying to tear up families. I mean, he would really, really lay into me. And there was only so much. Thank you, Joel Sachs. Never again so proud of you. Joel Sachs, that is really kind. And you're absolutely right. Thank you for that. I found myself fighting him for so many hours at a time. I used to say this. He was like a dog in a fight. Like, he wouldn't let go. Once he clenched down, and he was like this with his politics when he would argue with people. He had to be right. He would never let it go. He'd go on for 6 hours on Facebook fighting with someone about Biden and Trump. He would just go on back and forth and links, and he'd put up fake news shit and all that. He would never stop. He would never just go, "You know what? Fuck this. I'm done arguing with you." He would never give up. And so I found myself in a kitchen with him or in our living room or in one room and the other screaming at that point. Just he just wouldn't let go. And so by the end of those and like weeks on end, I'd be like, "Am I crazy?" Like that was truly shocking to me, as strong as my Scientology training is. I know that sounds crazy to say, but that's true bull bait. Like I trained for bull bait. He wore me down. Hey, Carrie Ann. He wore me down badly. So the point is, do you or Wanda know how he's doing now? Wanda knows more than I don't know anything. I don't check his social. Hey, P. Taylor, he's blocked me. Like I don't look at anything. I wonder if he's a jester again. Don't know. I don't know much, hardly anything about him. I don't know anything about him. And I really don't want to know. Like I find myself never thinking about him. And when I do, I'm like, that is such a weird blip in time. I'm like, we had nothing in common. The only reason I was with him, I believe, was it was the perfect storm. He got a hold of me at Fred's funeral. I was incredibly sad, super heartbroken, super lonely. He literally hit on me at my husband's funeral. And then he weaseled his way in. First of all, they were friends. So I trusted that. I leaned into that. I was like, well, Fred really liked him and Fred trusted him. And I leaned into that and he used that. So for like weeks and weeks, it was building of him being like, hey, let's go through all of Fred's stuff. Let me help you with that. He would use that to get to me. And I cannot tell you how many times in our relationship, back when I had my own house, I had my own independence, I had my own job, I made my own money. I broke up with him 5 to 10 times, over 5. It was probably like 7 or 8. You got out, took his power away that way. Yes. He would show up at my house. I would text him or call him and say, "We need to take a break. I need some space from you. This is too much." Like we would have a fight and I'd be like, "This isn't for me. This just isn't for me. I don't want to date you anymore." He never let me take that space. And looking back, of course he didn't. Hey, Susan P. Of course he didn't. He didn't want me to have any time to talk to my mom about it, to talk to a girlfriend about it. He did not want to give me any time at all to take that break. And he didn't. I remember one night he was doing something in a Masonic lodge. He was like calling bingo at some place. And I was like, this is perfect because he said he was going to be doing it for like 5 hours. And he asked me to come and I didn't show up. And I texted him and I said, I know I said I would. I said, but honestly, I need a break from this. I need a break from you. I need some space. Like, I don't feel like this is working out like I thought it would. This was early in. Oh my God. He said, okay. And I'm in my kitchen. This is so long ago at my old house before I ever sold it. And I remember the free feeling I felt when he said, okay. Hey, Alexa. Thank you for saying that, Alexa. And I remember like going, oh my God, like, yes. He said, okay. And I was like, like, I feel like I can spread my wings. I don't have to like be on. I don't have to have my on switch. And I thought that was it. And I was like, okay, great. I will get a hold of you when I'm ready to talk. He showed up. He showed up at my house that night when it was over. It was like midnight or 12:30 at night. He drove all the way over to Kansas to my house and he pounded on my door. And it was a weekend. So Huxley was with Doug. I was by myself. He knew it. Oh, Angel K 100%. And I was like, what are you doing here? And he just barged his way in. He was such a big man. He never gave a shit about personal space or any of that. As you guys know, consent. And he barged his way in. and like put his hands on my shoulders. And he was like, "You don't need space. We're not taking space." Like, it was constant. That happened to me all the time. There was no concept of like consent. I don't consent to, like, I'm saying back off and you're just coming on harder. It was awful. But see, Carrie says I would have called the cops. I would do that now, Carrie Ann, now that I'm healed. Then I was a broken mess. My husband had just died. This guy was glued and the best friend, apparently, of my husband. That's what he said, which made it harder, right? Like, it made me feel a little bit, I can't think of the word. I mean, for a lack of a better, confused. And so I went with it and I hated it. And I love what you asked here. Do you feel healed from all of that? Angel K. Yes, 100%. I am not the person that I am today. I am not that person. I would do everything different now. Do I feel, yes, Liz, obligated? Do I feel healed? Yes. Other than like right now, we're talking about it. Obviously, I need to talk about it. This is clear to me that, like, I said this a week ago or so. We're going to go into the jester stuff and that relationship. And I think it's important. I also talk about it because I know there are other men and women in really ugly, controlling relationships. Hey, Lisa Kelson, who need to hear this, who need to see the red flags in their lives. And when the student's ready, the teacher will appear, right? I can't make somebody do anything, but I still think these kinds of topics are very important because this is not an unusual, sadly, this is not an unusual relationship that is toxic. Sadly, it was a marriage. I wish it was not, but I was trapped as shit. I feel healed now. Absolutely, I feel healed. I know myself. I am a different, different woman. I am a completely different person. Nobody is going to take that from me ever again. Nobody is ever going to treat me or Huxley like that ever again. And you know what? When I said that once, I'm okay with that kind of abuse. They can smell it. Abusers can smell it when you're okay with that. Bullies know when they can walk on you. People can smell when you're a doormat. People know when you're not going to adhere to your boundaries or even put them up in the first place. That is a huge problem. And that is sadly very common with a lot of women in here because you guys reach out to me privately and say that. I have problems with that too, Reese. I have trouble saying no. So it's important to me that I use my voice to talk about this stuff. I would not say, though, me talking about it means I'm not healed. I am pure armor. I feel super fucking ready for battle. Nobody's going to do that to me again. I'm not going to have a friendship like that. I will never have I had a couple of female friendships within the last year that walked all fucking over me, all over me. Took advantage of me. Hey, Charisse, and they were not in my corner. They were in my business. They wanted to be in my business. And I am getting much sharper at smelling the difference. Know the difference, guys. Who's in your corner? Who's in your business? Right? If I have to live my life with no one in it, then so be it. Because I am much stronger and I will not put up with people pushing me around. Absolutely not. He saw you coming and planned the whole thing. He was awful, Reese. Yes, they know. Carrie Ann is right. I'm not a doctor. I am not trained in this area, but I will say I have no doubt. Yeah, women are raised to be nice and polite, making them the perfect targets for bullies. Such a good point. There are so many triggers we need to discuss that'll help everyone. Scientology, your drug use, motherhood issues, and yes, Renee B. And that's kind of what I've changed, morphed a lot of our content into. Bo Beats, thank you so much. I like the funny stuff, and when it happened, I don't do a show to be funny. If it's funny, it's because it naturally, organically just came up that way. But I do shows lately these days to talk about these specific target topics because I want it to hit home for people. I want nothing more than people to be like, oh my God, I'm experiencing that too. And I need help with that. That's really important to me. We can still make it fun, but these topics to me are fun. I love I've always been this way before YouTube. I love talking about the deep, heavy stuff, right? Like the real stuff. I don't like that. Hey, Zoe, that on the surface stuff. Thank you, Lisa Kelson. Me too, Angel K. But you know what? It was a lesson. Yeah, that's a good point, Nicolette. If he was really Fred's friend, you would have known him sooner. Well, that's the other thing. So once he started, I'm on your side, right? Once he started fighting me and it got really ugly, like years in, this mother effer had the audacity. He used to say this. Yeah, Bobies is so true. He used to say, we'd fight and fight and fight. And he'd go, I really am on your side, you know? And nothing would set me more on fire. I was like, don't you ever use Fred's words like you think that's going to somehow make me melt. It gives the opposite effect, dude. And I said to him, I'm happy you're here, Zoe. I was like, dude, you will never be on my side. You have broken my trust. Do you remember the story that Fred took me to a jester party and flipped out and we left because they were rude to me? No one grabbed me. No one did anything like that. This is a sweater, P. Taylor, and I just pushed the sleeve all the way up. It's long sleeve. I got it at TJ Maxx. Fred flipped out over someone just being rude verbally. And when we got there, when we left, I said, Fred, they're your friends. And he said, I'll get new friends. He growled through his teeth. He was never going to let anyone disrespect me. So that's the definition of on your side. Okay? I would very much say Tommy is that way. He would never allow that. Jeff was special. But it made me insane when he would fight me and go, I really am, like he'd go, I really am just trying to help you. I really am just on your side, you know? And I was like, that is the most manipulative to take my dead husband, what's tattooed on me, and what he would say to me is some kind of sick that like you thought that was going to have a good effect. And it made me insanely angry. I was like, don't ever quote Fred. Fred put in the work and Fred never let me down. Fred was on my side. That dude defended me till the very end. There's no way. There's no way. Speaking of Fred, okay, so let me button this up because then I have something I want to ask. Hey, Franklin. Oh, yeah, that was it. I want to show this too. Ooh, I liked this. For anybody. Hey, Hux.
Yeah.
Can you take the heat and go up a notch, down a notch? Yeah. I'm hot. I don't know what it's set at, but go down a number. He might not understand because I'm used to him changing the AC. He'll understand if I hear it shut off. Hold on. Okay, so it should turn off, Hux.
What?
So it should turn off now. Are you sure?
I was in my room for a second.
Okay. I'm going to die if he turns it up higher. I'm so sorry, you guys. Hey, Gogo the Greek.
I set it to 68.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. This, look, I don't get into the narcissist words. I wanted to go down, Lisa Kelson, because I'm hot. So it was set at 70 and he turned it down for me. I don't get into the narcissist terms because I'm not a person to like pretend to use words that I don't know what they mean. I don't fully grasp the idea of a narcissist. I know pretty much what one is, but I don't need to use those terms. I feel like they're overused and he was evil. Let's just put it that way. But I love this. This happened. This is exactly what happened with me and Jeff. This isn't just like, here's a guideline. This is what happened right here. A narcissist timeline. Love bomb, control, destroy, play victim, call you crazy, tell everyone they tried their best. That is exactly what happened in my marriage. He love bombed the shit. The ring on my right hand. Really? Meredith, are you talking about this big weird thing? I got this at TJ's and I kind of regretted it. You like that? Is that the one you're talking about? It's a lot. It's just a little bit too much for me. It's really out there. Guys, yeah. So thanks, sucks. It turned off. Love bomb, big time. Control, destroy, play victim, call you crazy. And at the end, that is exactly what Jeff did. Tell everyone he tried his best. That's what he did. Wow. Thank you. Okay. Well, try to wear it more. It's just really out there. It's like super loud, but it is kind of fun on camera. Love you, Diana H. And I hope you feel better. I'm going to wrap that up because I have a question for you. But the point is, I was hanging up my sweaters today and it just struck me. It hit me. And I still get this like PTSD of like, uh-oh, I'm going to get in trouble. Yeah, Angel K. Uh-oh, like they're coming for me. Uh-oh, a hater is going to make a video. Uh-oh. Uh-uh. Come get them. Hey, teacher mama life. Uh-oh, we don't give a fuck. We don't care. I don't care. I have been through so much, like so many people trying to control me and tell me what to do. And I'm sure that you have too. It occurred to me today, hanging up sweaters. They can't do anything. I can't get in trouble. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm not doing anything illegal. I literally can't get into trouble. There is no uh-oh. All there is F off into the forever or come get some. One or the other. You take a shot. Take a shot, but we're going to eat you. Or F off into the forever. Right? I kind of like that one better. It just makes you look absolutely nuts. I still want to try it in public. Mama, like just do that to somebody. Like I'm telling you, if somebody broke into my house to rob me in the middle of the night, if I was like, Mama, that robber would be like, I'm so sorry. I will pay for that window. I am out of here. Like, I feel like that would scare even the scariest of people. Like, I feel like Jeffrey Dahmer would have been like, I'm not going to fillet that. Yeah. Anyway, neither here nor there. That's right, Kestrel. Thank you, P. Taylor. I'm loving it too. I'm really enjoying Colton Crims. Not without my sister. Welcome in. Do you guys agree? I mean, it's fun. Like, I think it's great to be like, come in. Like, yeah, I mean, we're channeling Steven Seagal, and that's always fun. That's always going to be fun. Oh, I got another one for you from Steven Seagal. Reese, I want to hang out with you just so you can do this to my haters here at home. Well, give me your address. I got nothing going on. I'll show up. Zoe, why didn't you say so? You should have said something sooner, girl. I'll pack a bag. The other thing that Steven Seagal said, I watched a clip on YouTube, guys. This is another one we're going to start saying, and it is glorious. It is top notch. Ready? Colton Crims is back. I'm going to take you to the bank. The blood bank. That is the best. They probably would think you're going to bite their ear off. Speaking of biting ears off, Anthony Hopkins just came out with a book apparently, and I need it. I'm going to need that. I need to know more about it. So I thought we would change it for the haters. Yeah, Kim is blue. It's good. For the haters, because I'm such a grifty grifterson, I thought about saying, I'm laughing all the way to the bank. The blood bank. How do you like that? Vote 1 in the chat if we can pass that so that Liz can put that in the minutes for this evening's meeting, and then we can so mode it be. Please vote 1 in the chat, and I'm going to need at least 5 ones, please. So please give me your ones. Reese, can you run like Steven Seagal? I can bite an ear off like Mike Tyson. Didn't Holyfield do? Oh no, he bit Holyfield's ear off. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got at least 5. Liz, are you still in the chat? Reese McGrifter. I do make 600,000, not a year, Buffy, a month. Okay, we got a lot of ones. Okay, so we're gonna start saying, "Hey, Rhonda McNeil, I'm laughing all the way to the bank, the blood bank." How do you like that one? And then just come in, Tom. But I'm telling you, there's something about the. I just think that's more insane. I also think it makes the haters go, "Whoa!" I think we need to pick on somebody else. Like that's. I feel like even the local cops that watch me are like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. I don't know. Like I feel like that one can take care of itself. We don't really need to help out. It's terrifying. Yes, he is, Renee B. I love that, Sophia. Thank you. Motion carries. Okay. All right. So, Liz, if you don't mind, we will officially vote that in. So mote it be. Okay, it's starting to hurt. It's starting to hurt. That does something to my throat. The crazy always scares off predators. Alexa, yes. Sophia, crazy scares people, and Sophia would know. She's a terrifying German. The relatable blood bank. We're laughing all the way to the bank, Joanne Holly, especially because you super chatted. I'm laughing all the way to the bank. The blood bank. You like that? You saw that. That's fucking crazy, is it not? Like that's. We were watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I said out loud, I forgot how cute he was in the 80s. Anthony Hopkins is in Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Well, I didn't know that. Wow. Seems like an unusual role for him. Didn't your mom go to rehab for 3 weeks? No, Sandra, she's not one of those. Like she was like, I'll just go. She drives to it. She has me or Jim take her to rehab. The Relatabank. Ooh, that's pretty good. The Relatabanks laughing all the way to the bank. The blood bank. All right. Yeah, I like that. That has a ring to it or a cha-ching to it. You're welcome. Made that up right off the cuff, right here on the spot. Come get some. Ooh, it hurts. The Relatabank. I like that. Meredith Lynn. It's classy. It's classy with a touch of trash. I'm going to be really sad when Anthony Hopkins dies. I have such a crush on him, but I also just love how smart he is. Does Sam still come around? Yes, she comes around. I don't know when she was last in our stream, Bo Beats, but she texts me. Sam works different weird hours, and our time changed today, so I'm actually going to have to figure that out. What time it is now? I think we're 3 hours apart. It kind of reminds me of taking someone to the train station, Debbie Zito, Yellowstone style. Yes, girl. That was always a good time. Yeah, Sam definitely is still in my life and comes around. Thankful, very grateful for her. What was I going to do next? I was going to finish that up by saying, we're not finished yet, but I was going to say, okay, Dennis Hopper. I was going to say, I don't think Anthony Hopkins was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That just didn't feel right. Back to the jester and my just crazy, interesting Gru. That's interesting. I kind of like that too. I will slap you with a fish. Fascinating. See, that's very unhinged as well. P. Taylor, who is Sam? That's my sister that reached out. I did a stream on it, and I haven't talked to her in 20 years. Oh, Lisa Kelson, because he is. So back to Jeff and the psychotic clan of the jesters. I just want to say, guys, we all have like some form of somebody who's tried to control us, whether it be a family member, a crazy boss. Jack Nicholson was hot. I know not everybody's going to agree with that. It's a weird hot. He was hot in his own way. He was his own person, and he kind of did it for me too in certain movies. Believe it or not. Thanks, Yadira. Jack Nicholson was hot in Terms of Endearment, even though that was the most depressing movie anyone's ever seen. Outside of Steel Magnolias, he was really a looker in that. I liked his shitty attitude. No one's going to tell us what to do anymore. We're not afraid. I'm not afraid. And no one's going to dethrone me here on my channel. And that was my point. People are saying all kinds of dumbass shit lately, and I'm just like, I've had enough. Someone left a comment that said, "You did a stream the other day that was sad and depressing, and I can't watch you." The stream about I did about motherhood, apparently. And these are the things that we just we have to move past. We have to continue to live our lives, and we just can't. Oh, Diane Keaton. I'm not over it, Bo Beats. God, I'm not over it. I really loved her. I loved her as an actress. Funnily enough, I didn't see a lot of her movies, but I loved her as a person. I thought she did her own thing. She was just really embraced herself and stood strong on her style and just her thoughts as a woman. I loved her. I loved everything about Diane Keaton, and I'm still sad. Interesting. Or Kim is Blue. Let me know how that is. Some people can't deal with real life. Oh my God, I know. I'm sorry to admit that. I don't have the hots for Sam Elliott. I'm sorry. I love him, but I don't have the hots for him. I had a crush on Jack Nicholson in Witches of Eastwick. I did. I know that's eerie. It's weird, and I haven't fully worked through it. I've never understood why people think Jack Nicholson is hot. I'm not a fan. To each their own. Kim or Amy Edge. Oh, me too, Lisa Kelson. He's oh my God. I can't watch The Family Stone again. Since she died, there's no way I could watch that sad, sad film. I agree with this Amy Edge. He's hot in a weird way. You know how a really hot person can be ugly because of their shit ass personality? The same goes with people who have like a really strong, funny, like if a man is funny, I automatically think he's more attractive. If a guy makes you laugh, even a woman, I'm not sexually attracted, but I'm attracted to her if she makes me laugh. There's just key like attributes in people's characteristics that I'm like, okay, I find you attractive. Like a really ugly person can be attractive if the personality is there. And then like super ugly people, like Ryan Gosling is not attractive to me. Channing Tatum. Is it tanning or Channing? Now I don't know. You have to be funny or I'm out. Same, Rain. Like, this is why I don't watch a lot of YouTube because people don't make me laugh. And if you're boring as shit and you're just out there, like, just, ooh, Romancing the Stone was a great movie. If you're not a good speaker and you're not funny, what are you doing on YouTube? Like, you're boring. You're boring as shit. If you don't have a personality to me, if you're just like out here to like, no, I need more color out of you. I need more oomph. I need more fun. Come get them. Okay, it's Channing. Oh my God, I thought it was Tanning. Always go for the funny, guys. Channing Tatum's ugly as shit to me. He's boring. He's a laundry bag full of meat. Guys, I'm really going to lose some subscribers over this, but Jason Momoa, The Rock, oh, like I'm not into those kinds of chiseled turds. No one likes that. Give us funny. You know who's cute? Philip Seymour Hoffman. You know who I had the hots for? All these people tend to be dead, but that's not a good start. But Tony Soprano, right? Tony Soprano. It's hard. It is hard. It isn't hard to switch off a stream that you don't like. You do have a choice. Yeah. James Gandolfini. He had a Shrek body, right? Like I found him so hot. I don't want to have sex with chiseled turds that are into themselves. That's too much for me. Speaking of funny and handsome, where the hell is Sterling these days? Great question. I don't know. A laundry bag full of meat. Do you ever see those guys? They're like super bulky up here, but they clearly skip leg day. It's like a giant egg on tweezers. Like, what is going on? It looks like a frog that put on a pair of pants. It's weird. Oh, I think Steve Carell is attractive. I wouldn't call him hot. But again, I can understand why you would say that. But it's so interesting to me, these big, nasty fucking laundry bags full of meat. I see them every time I go to Costco. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, no one, that's outdated, dude. Like, and if you're not like humble and cool and kind and funny, we're not into that. I don't know where Sterling is, but I texted him happy birthday. His birthday was in September. I think it was September 8th. Um, I don't like Matthew McConaughey at all. He's the biggest dick swinger. He's so full of himself. He dick swings everywhere. Even the way he talks, I feel like he just dick swinging. Uh, Momoa Samosa. No, I don't know. I had the hots for Philip Seymour Hoffman. I kind of thought Heath Ledger was cute. How come everybody had a crush on his dead? That's no good. That's a bad start. Um, I don't know where Sterling is. I hope he's doing well. He is adorable. Sterling is so sweet. He is an Alan Rickman I had the hots for. Also dead, but yes, I'm not over it. Alan Rickman was such a good actor. Oof, he was so classy. Tim Allen? Ooh, yeah, no, doesn't do it for me. But he's alive, and clearly I have a theme. Um, but I don't know. I don't know how Sterling is. I don't know if anybody knows how he is. I don't know if he keeps up with anyone, but I miss Sterling. I really do. I loved streaming with him on Sundays. Like I didn't realize how much you don't realize something sometimes until it's gone. Like you don't appreciate it. Now, Daniel Day-Lewis, I don't have the hots for him, but that guy's a great actor. Jack Black does not do it for me. I don't know why he doesn't do it for me. He makes me laugh, but at the same time, he turns me off. Like he tries too hard. He pushes too hard. It's like I feel like you were already funny. You didn't have to like take it to the next level and try. Andy Garcia is a chiseled, attractive man. I really enjoyed y'all together. Yeah, me too. You are loved. I loved he really helped Sterling helped heal a lot. Like looking back, I can pinpoint it more now than I could in that moment. I don't think sometimes, guys, I heard this someone say this the other day, you don't see stuff when you're in it. A fish didn't discover water. You don't see things when you're in it, right? Like I didn't see it. The energy was very good. I didn't see it, but Sterling really helped me to heal through a lot of my Scientology stuff. We did a lot of Scientology content, and some of it was long. We'd do 2 or 3 hours of content together, and he just matched my energy really well. And I loved his stories. They were so different than my stories. And it was interesting to hear somebody else's story and come from the same place, but it be totally different. His parents loved him. Like his parents cared about him. And his story is very sad about his father. He spoke my language. And he was very respectful. Like if you remember, Sterling was not your typical ex-Scientologist. I think that he did a lot of work on himself and he didn't have to try hard. Like he wasn't trying to impress. He was very gentle. Yes. And I like that. He was not abrupt. He was not like trying to be somebody else. He wasn't trying to be impressive. He was really just himself. You know, when you meet someone, yeah, Bo Beats, because he was safe to talk about it with and he wasn't aggressive. You know, when you meet someone and you can really tell they are like, you can just tell, like Sterling's accountable. He's worked on himself. He's not trying to prove anything to anyone. He stands on who he is. He knows who he is. Do you notice that? Do you ever meet someone like that? Like they're just effortlessly cool because they're not trying to be somebody else. Oh man, Debbie Zito, you have a crush on Josh Dumel. Oh man. I mean, I get it, but like he's so cheesy. When it feels like home, Sterling is attractive in many ways. Mindy Doolin, I thought he was attractive, but he also felt like a younger, even though he's older than me, he felt like a brother or a younger brother. He just didn't like I wasn't attracted to him in that way, but he is attractive. He's very good looking. Um you can't see the frame when you're in the picture. Yes. Yes. Brendan Fraser, gross. No. Dexter, okay. Someone said Luke Wilson. I have a crush on Luke Wilson. I do not have a crush on Owen Wilson, and I want to be clear about that, Heather. Owen Wilson, absolutely not. I would not bone Owen Wilson. I probably wouldn't bone Luke Wilson. I'm kind of funny about that these days. I really just bone one person. But Luke Wilson, I would get nachos with. Absolutely. Like it would be platonic. Um, ugh, Brendan Fraser. E. Mm. Ooh. Yeah, the mind is attractive. Yeah. But I will say, oh, Vince Vaughn's pretty cute because he's funny. I will say this, like, let's all say a little prayer into the universe or just send some good thoughts to Sterling because I don't know anything about him. I don't know how he's doing. Tommy Lee Jones, yes. Yeah, yeah. Meredith Lynn, absolutely. I hope he's well. I hope he's doing well. Who the hell is Luke Wilson? What are you doing? I thought you were live. Although you will notice, I just threw you a little bone. Oh, I threw you a little bone, and I said I only bone one person these days. And I said even Luke Wilson, I would just get a plate of nachos with, and it would be entirely platonic. So I just want you to know that I made it clear across the entire planet that I only bone one creme, and he's an Ecuadorian. I'd bone Liam Neeson. DS Kitty Diane, not today. He's aged weird. I don't know if he had work done. Like suddenly he's like David Miscavige. Tommy, you are way hotter. I agree. Tommy is hot, in my opinion. And I don't need everybody's opinion on this because unless you think Tommy's hot, don't be mean. I think Tommy's super hot, but I have the hots for him and I have since it's been a long time. Yeah, whatever. Yes. When all the ladies were calling him guns. I was thinking about this. Hold on, guys. Before we leave, hit subscribe while you're at it. Robert Duvall. Okay. He was attractive, Renee B, but he looks like he's been embalmed. He's like 111. Hold on. I was thinking about this. This New Year's Eve, is that going to be year 3 with Tommy? Because I was in the shower today and I was like, has it been 2 years? So what? Hold on. Last New Year's Eve, he was sitting next to me. Tommy and Johnny are both hotties. P. Taylor, I like Tommy, but yeah, I totally get you having a crush on Johnny. And it's okay to have a crush on Tommy. I find that a compliment. Do it. Do it hard. Last New Year's Eve, we were here, if you all remember. The New Year's Eve before that, we had our fur coats, right? That was 2 years ago. Wait. So would it be 3 years? Nope. It's 3. Somebody help me with this, please. Okay, third New Year's Eve, but 2 full years, says Debbie Zito. Tommy is funny and cute, probably talented in the bedroom. I don't get into these kinds of details anymore, but if it was something like if I were to say Reese blink twice, if he is the most talented person on planet Earth with a peripheral peen and like a trapeze swinger with it and knows everything about the ins and outs of it, like blink twice or something. If I were to say something like that, that's all I would say. Like, I'm not going to get into details anymore on that. Love you, JoJo. That's all I'm going to say. Just for fun. I don't know. It's entirely platonic. Not platonic. Who knows what I'm quoting? It's going to be 3 years. Okay, so second anniversary of sorts. This will be 3 years. Wait, some people are saying 2. Some people are saying 3. I don't understand right now. See, I knew you guys were going to confuse me and yourselves. Reese, I'm not a creeper. I'm just recognizing his attract. Be a creeper, girl. I find him very attractive. And I, for whatever reason, we'll do a stream on this. I don't have the jealousy thing anymore. And I think that's because Jamie Palmer, I think that's because I have worked on myself and I feel so different about my self-worth. And I know what I have to offer in a relationship, and I know how well I am on my own. Okay, Carrie Ann, I don't feel that jealousy anymore. I know what I have, and he knows what he has, and I just don't feel that anymore. And it is the most freeing feeling to not. I used to really feel weird about it. I'd be like, who are you talking to? What's going on? Like, I really felt jealous. And I think that had everything to do, too, of coming out of the jester stuff. Like being in that jester world and that just psycho, like hot, cold fight or flight world with Jeff and then switching to Tommy, who's not a cheater, who's not flirty, who's not any of those things. I think it was like I was bleeding on people who didn't cut me. I was bleeding on Tommy when he had nothing to do with it. Does that make sense? I really, really realized that. I was like, where is this jealousy coming from? I have no reason to be jealous. He's never given me a reason. And I just know myself and I know him. I don't feel that anymore. It's almost my 3rd anniversary of being outed. Yes. Yes. Yes, Jan, but that's when I really fell for Tommy. Was that 3rd New Year's? Okay, babe, see you there. How long since divorced? A year and a half now I've been divorced, Heather. Jealousy is a waste of time. If you have to be jealous, there's no need to be in the relationship. I totally agree on that. I totally agree on that. I'm trying to stay on topic here. That stream though, where we pulled out the fur coats and Tommy did the thing where he was like, come here. I really, really did. And not to mention, he showed up for me on that stream. That was my 1-year anniversary of being outed. And if you remember, I was crying. I was really crying on that stream. It was very emotional for me. I was going through the motions of just being outed and losing my family. And I was alone. And Tommy showed up. And that meant a lot to me. He's done that in a lot of ways. But I don't want to get into it too much. I really don't like to. I love everybody who supports us, but I also have to balance the fact that there's tons of people who hate us and who want to use that to weaponize it. And so I have to balance it. I was too. Yeah, I was too. You are loved. I have no thanks, Angie Mo. Problem telling you I'm happy and being open about that. I'm not trying to hide anything, but I'm also just trying to balance and respect the relationship I have with him and keep it more private. But I love how much you guys support it. I love the people who support it, but I also have to remember, just like every stream I do, the people watching don't all support me. Not everybody's in my corner right now. Some of them are just in my business, right? Yes, very much so, Bo Beats. Very much. Probably more than I have, actually. Who shows up for you is so important. What topic? Uh, no one should critique your life like that, even friends, Kestrel. I agree. I agree. Yes, you did. We all showed up too, says Renee B. All of you guys showed up for that stream. That was an amazing stream. That was a tough stream for me. And I'm sure this New Year's Eve will be tough for me. Anyone who is against you guys needs to get the hell out, P. Taylor says. They don't need to get the hell out. I mean, I've said this, P. Taylor, and the mods know this. I don't have to tell my mods what to do. They run this show. They are well-oiled machines. Haters are allowed in here, right? You're funny, babe. Haters are allowed in here. Thank you. Zoe was there for that stream. I love how he showed up for you on New Year's. It was an amazing stream. I don't mind anybody being here, but you cannot be hateful. So, no, people don't have to support my decisions with Tommy. But I will tell you, they can't come in here and be hateful. They can't be hateful about it. This is my living room. This is my home. And here's the other beautiful thing. I stand proud on that decision. I fucked up so many times in coping and in love and thinking I was in love and I wasn't in love and using men and using me and external validation and all of those things. And I've really worked on that here and in therapy. And I feel very strongly about where I'm at. And if it were all to fall apart tomorrow, I wouldn't make it public again. I've learned a lot of life important lessons that I wouldn't have learned if I hadn't made those mistakes. Ooh, I got to read that. I made a note of that because I saw it the other day. It was beautiful. The more you fail, the more confident you become. Somebody said that. I'm stealing it. Guys, listen to that again. The ones that need to hear it will understand what I just said. The more you fail, the more confident you become. That was a blessing. All of those failures, all of that, all of Scientology. I saw something yesterday that said, would you take $10 million or would you instead go back in time and correct all of your mistakes? What would you do? What's the answer? What's your answer? $10 million right now, or be able to go back and correct all of your mistakes. F you 100 times over. I'm taking the 10 million because I want those mistakes. Those mistakes have shown me and taught me everything about where I'm at in this moment in time. I would rather learn the lessons. I'm glad for those mistakes. I'm thankful for the long con, and so is Tommy. I own that. I'm not embarrassed by it. I'm not ashamed. I'm not hiding it. I effed that up big time. He had his own mistakes, but I absolutely made those mistakes. And I'm glad I did it so publicly. I learned so much about me and where I'm going and who I want to be and who I don't want to be and how many people I've hurt, right? Oh, God, no, Buffy. I would take the money. I don't want to change any of those mistakes. Not at all. Absolutely not. Sorry, guys, I have to answer this really quick. Hold on. I had my phone on do not disturb, and my friend texted me. Okay. Thank you, Mindy Doolan. That's such a nice thing to say. That's such a nice thing to say. Guys, I don't mind. I'm not trying to sell my relationship on you or Tommy or any of that. That's the beauty of being free. I can say I'm happy, but I'm not asking you to come with me. I'm not asking you to go subscribe, right? Like you do whatever you think is right. You just can't be hateful. Let me see if I can find what I might not know what it is. So hold on. Well, this is one of them. This is one of them, but this isn't what I wanted to play, but this is really, really good. And I want everyone to listen to this. It's very important. Okay.
Negative people ruin your life. There was a study that was done in 2006 called the bad apple effect, where they took a group of 5 people and randomly added a negative person to some of the groups to see how it would affect the groups while working on tasks. Groups with 1 negative person did 40% worse on all of their tasks, and the quality of their work decreased by 25%. They also found that the groups with a negative person had 50% more conflicts, which led to more disagreements and less collaboration. The crazy part though, like the real crazy part, is these sessions were only about 30 to 60 minutes. Some of you have had a negative person in your life your entire life. Imagine what they are doing to you mentally. You have to be okay with letting them go because your mental health is so important that you need to prioritize that over everything else in your life.
Guys, your mental health is where it's at. It's about to be 2026. Bo Beats, by the way, that was very kind. Peace of mind, yes. Freedom are crucial in your life. Yes, Rain. I think what you and Tommy have done is incredible. This is what mature, honest people do. Sadly, we had to do it publicly because I broke it all publicly. And so we are talking again, we are streaming again. And for those that don't like it, absolutely feel free to hit unsubscribe and move on with your life. That's how the world works. But I wanted people to hear that too because it's that's not the one I wanted to play. I'll have to go. I saved a ton of them because I was doing it yesterday. Some people just love to rain on their own parade. There are some really negative people out there, including streamers, and their followers, their subscribers just flock to that negativity, that drama. They just thrive on that shit. We're not going to do that here. You don't have to agree with me. I don't want you to agree with me. Challenge me. But you just can't, you cannot come barreling in being hateful. You can't do it about anybody. I wouldn't let you do it about people I don't like. Okay? If you came in here being hateful about a streamer that is hateful toward me, I'd have the mods would do it anyway. They'd boot that shit. It doesn't matter. This isn't a Tommy thing. I don't want any kind of hate in here. Even the ones who deserve it. I'm not the one to make that decision. I don't want it in my stream. Hey, just saying. I love that one, Reese. I needed to hear that. Thanks. Yeah, Angie Mo. And people got so mad at me for taking down the long con, which I'm not even going to get into that. I don't care. My point was, I said, I don't like that kind of content. I don't do that kind of content. I don't attack people ever. I don't name other streamers. I don't name people. I'm not trying to start shit with people, right? Like that's pretty obvious. I only fight people if they start shit with me first. I took down a stream that I did on another fellow streamer that still hates me to this day, and I'm sure makes content about me because I don't want to be harmful to her. I don't want to hurt people. I don't do that kind of content unless I am pushed to the point I'll fucking eat you alive, but I don't want to. That's not what I'm interested in. But I took it down because I don't do that kind of content. I don't want those kinds of views. I don't want to make my money that way. Do you know, like, I love you, Joanne Hawley. Yeah, thank you, Christine Baker. Do you know that drama probably, I'm sure I could start all kinds of shit and stir up things and do that. And I probably could create a lot of drama and get a lot of views and get a lot of hate. I'm sure I could do that. That would get me a lot more views than I currently get. I don't do that. It's not anything I'm interested in. I don't want to hurt people. And I don't want to hurt people who come at me, but I absolutely will. I just hope they don't do that because it's ill-advised. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea, but I take that shit down. I have done those videos. I absolutely have. And I will again. But I don't want to. I absolutely don't want to do that. It's not where my interest. It's not worth the views, DS Kitty Diane. It's trash. Also, it's a little weird. It's weird to care about somebody else's life so much that you don't know. It's a little weird. It's a lot weird, in fact, to care about other people's lives and be so tangled. It's creepy. Yeah, it's creepy to care that much and do content on. It's one thing to do content on like a true crime story or something in the news, but to just like focus on somebody else's life or relationship or them as a mother, that's creepy and it's weird to care. Yeah, your mental health is like a house. You wouldn't trash it and keep trashing it for no good reason. Right. But at this point in my life, Sophia, you're right. You're exactly right. Your mental health, guys, you know how the therapist says when stress goes up, self-care goes up? That is a thing. We're protecting our peace. Don't just say that. I've heard that for years. Like, protect your peace. I'm like, yeah, protect your peace. Okay. No, I'm really doing it. Do not give people access to your house. Do not hand the keys over, the front door code to your home. That is your sanctuary. That is your safe place. And those are for people who are in your business, not your corner, right? Like, know the difference. Lots of people just want to be in your business, I find. Tons of people. You would not believe the people that I very, very rarely hear from. And if you're wondering if it's you right now, it's probably not you. But I get texts from people. Thank you, Bo Beats. I don't think that's weird. I'm talking about Bo Beats, people who stream about me and like my life or me and Tommy together or what me and Tommy are doing. It's like, it's a little weird that you still care. It's a little weird that you're still focused on this so much, but do your thing. Damn, I was in the middle of something. Yeah, glass ceilings, Yadira. Hey, Stella. You need to do what feels right for your soul and what makes you happy. I want you to be happy, Reese. Stella, thank you for that. And that's what I was talking about. Guys, protecting your mental wellness is protecting your peace. And who you let around you, negative people, you spot them right away. Oh, I get texts, Angie Mo, from people that never check in. Like, how are you doing? I will get texts from people who are like, so what's going on with you and Tommy? Who I'm like, oh, hello, by the way. Haven't heard from you in 6 months, but hi. Do you really think you're going to get an answer? I am in a new zone. I am protecting myself. I'm protecting my relationship. I don't care what dirt you think you have on it or what you think you know. None of that matters. Tear me down as much as you want. Like, I will still be standing. I will still keep trying. And those that want to stay with me will stay with me. That's it. That's all there is to it. But I am doing, we said this the other day, everybody say it with me. Everybody say this with me, and then we'll go, and you need to hit subscribe. I'm doing what's best for me. Donna Cooper, yes. That's it. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to justify it. I'm doing what's best for me. That's it. I don't need to know any more than that. I'm doing what's best for me. Thank you for your concern. People who dwell on the negative, never focus on all the good around them, are people that I can't even make 1 second for. Yeah, there's some really negative people out there, and they just want all the juicy, they want the tea, right? Spill the tea. It's so gross, and I'm embarrassed for them, right? Like, you can't take accountability. You can't focus on your own life. You have nothing about your own lane. Thank you, Zoe. That is such a nice thing to say. Thanks, P. Taylor. I'm doing what's best for me, not hiding it, not embarrassed by it. I want to move out of the country. That's clear. Like, not trying to hide any of those things. I'm doing what's best for me. And that includes my son. That includes my animals. I'm doing what's best. That's it. But I want everybody else to feel that needs to feel that. Thank you, Zoe. That's a really nice thing to say. He's changed a lot. I appreciate that, guys. Please hit subscribe. It's important to me. Yeah, Sophia says that all the time. Your island of serenity. Angie, I've been dealing with some stuff lately. I find myself thinking, what would Reese do? Thank you for sharing your journey. I love you too. I love you, Jamie Palmer. Hey, Smudge. Angie Mo. Just remember what I said earlier, because it's going to continue in my mind for a while. Nobody can do anything to you. You're not in trouble. Nobody's coming for you. Like, you can do, think, say, feel, change your mind even. Change your fucking mind. I love people who are like, Reese, you're being inconsistent. That's not what you said 2 years ago. Oh, shit. God forbid. I changed my mind. F off. We can do whatever we want. I can do whatever I want. I can spread my wings. No one's going to cage us, Angie Mo. You are not in trouble. You are not, nothing bad is going to happen. You can do whatever you want and feel however you want. We need tank tops to say, what would Reese do? Cute. I like how Zoe said tank tops. That's cute. Thank you for your super chat, Angie, and you're free, girl. Buffy, scripture, for our present troubles are small and won't last very long, yet they produce for us a glory that vastly outweighs them and will last forever. New Testament. Buffy, thank you for that. That's a beautiful scripture. That's lovely. I'm glad you did that tonight. Thank you. Angie, it's true though. I know you're crying right now, but just know that. I think women especially get this weird, like, we're all of us, not just women, everybody's in this like fucking weird state of fear. We're afraid to move. We're afraid to do anything. We're afraid to take that jump. We're afraid that that group of people is going to make fun of us. We're afraid that our parents are going to be disappointed. We're afraid that our spouse isn't going to grow with us. We're afraid that our boss is going to fire us. Fuck that. We don't need to be afraid. It's a trap. It's not real. We don't need to be afraid. We don't. Angie, there's nothing to fear. Nobody's going to do anything to you. I learned that today hanging up sweaters. I felt that I was always afraid in Scientology because people were coming for me. I was always in trouble. I was always on the cans, not any different than anybody else. I'm not singled out here, but being checked constantly, blowing through your boundaries, having to give up everything, and then being married to a weirdo jester and all the violations in my life there with boundaries. Like, I'm done. I can do what I want. I can move out of the country if I want. I can go buy a birthday cake tonight if I want. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Nobody's going to take that away from me. And no one should take that away from me. No one should be jealous and try to take that away from me. And I don't want to take away anybody else's freedom or rights. I don't want to be in control of other people either. Live your damn life. Reflections. I'm doing what is best for me. You're very lucky that you can go. You are loved. I mean, I can't financially right now, but yeah, that's the only thing holding me back. Of course, I can go. And you're right. I am lucky. Hey, Sarah from Cali. I'm lucky that I don't have like, 3 kids and 17 grandkids and like I can't do it. No, I don't have anything holding me back. My stepdad said to me, if I were well and in my 40s like you, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Live your fucking life. Don't live it for somebody else. What are we living it because we're afraid that someone's going to say something or somebody has dirt on us or somebody's going to do that? I will come back stronger. I don't care. I'm not afraid of anybody. No one's going to take that away from me. I worked too fucking hard to get here. Like, no little pipsqueak is going to go on a channel and say stupid shit that they don't know about me. I don't care. I don't watch it. I don't know about it. I don't give a shit. I don't even know if they're still doing it. I don't care. No one's going to do that in real life. No one's going to do it on scary YouTube. And YouTube isn't the end all be all. YouTube is really quite tiny, right? Like there's other platforms, there's other options, there's other things I'm doing behind the scenes. YouTube is just where it started. YouTube is not where it's going to end. I promise. Mods, thank you for being here. Guys, I love you. Sorry this was a long one. Thank you for the super chats tonight. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being members. But most importantly, thank you for your time. Your time means everything to me. We sat here for over 2 hours with over 200 people listening. That's such a gift. I never take that for granted. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you. I consider almost all of you my friends. Hey, Katie Fulton. Hey, Mandy Albert. I love you too. Love you, Kestrel. Guys, I mean it. Thank you for holding my hand, listening to me. Nobody knows. My mom doesn't know me. You guys know me better than my mother. I share everything here. This is my safe space to do it. And I'm fully aware that it's not a safe space because people will take it and run with it and clip it and change it up and say crazy shit. And they look insane. I don't care what other people think. But for the most part, these are my friends and this is where we share and we relate to things in here. I love you guys. Zoe, I love you too. Good night, Wendy Brewer. Night, Rain. Good night, Bo Beats. I'm glad you were here. And I love you guys. I will be back tomorrow with more topics because this stuff is important. Good night, Bohemian Luciferian Rich. Love you too, Heather. Good night, Puka Vista. I love you guys. Thank you. Here comes Fred, and I'll see you tomorrow.